Hello and welcome to the TA4 Knee Health Challenge. I'm Coach Stefan, owner and founder of TA4 Fitness, where I help people train for life, not just looks. Now, over the next 28 days, what we're going to do is we're going to try and get some more healthy, more capable knees that are ready for what you want to do in life. Now, really quickly, I'm following notes here because I love what I do. I tend to go off track and be like squirrel. So you see me looking at this just to stay on track during this video here. So first thing we have to talk about here is the disclaimer. And the disclaimer is that I don't know you. I don't know what you've done in life. I don't know what the health of your knees are. So the number one rule here is never push through any pain, all right? Right when you feel pain, pain is a request for change, not a request to keep on pushing through. And it's not a request for Advil in a lot of cases either. So if you have pain, we need to modify the movement, come on out. So never ever push through pain, okay? That's gonna be one thing we're gonna follow through here. And we're always gonna work within a range of motion we can control. So in general, when it comes to knees, the knees work as a system, and so if I can help you improve the health of everything up and downstream of the knees, we can make some significant changes to your knees. Now, structurally, I can't fix if your knee has structural damage to it, but if I help you improve the strength upstream and downstream, the mobility of everything that affects the knee upstream and downstream, hips, ankles, stuff like that, and the soft tissue health, with those three things, you can make significant change to the health of your knees, all right? So we'll be doing that throughout this whole challenge here. Now, in general, we're gonna do just a little bit of work each day here, but this should be part of a bigger picture where you take care of your body, and this could be in a much more detailed thing, and that's what I do in my Strong for Life program that I help people with. And it also comes with a movement screen, and a movement screen I think is just really important for whether you work with me or anyone out there, because a movement screen is like blood work for your body. It makes the invisible visible, and so you can see where you're weak, where you're strong, and what you need to improve. And so those are really important. And with something like that, I can really deep dive deeper and help people. So if you have an opportunity, you should get a movement screen. It's just something important you should do, just like blood work. All right, now we're gonna go into the first exercise here. Now, with all these exercises, the rule is no pain. And so let's go ahead and get started. So we always wanna do a little warm up for the knees. And the reason why is because, once again, I don't know the health of your knees. So first exercise, day one, is going to be some knee step downs. Now, for this exercise, you will need either a wedgie block like this, you can get them on Amazon, or you can just put your foot under something like a block or anything, a couple of books or something like that. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little warm up here. So we're gonna do some just regular air squats. So feet are mostly straight. If they slightly turn out, that's fine, about shoulder width. You're just gonna sit back and you're going to do some air squats. Now, with this exercise demo, I'm gonna let you decide how long you go. There's no particular time here. You're gonna just get some squats to put some blood flow in here. And this could be 60 seconds, could be 30 seconds, whatever feels good for you. And now, exercise one is knee step downs. Now, there's lots of different names for these in the industry. I just call them knee step downs because you're stepping down and you're gonna work the muscles around your knee. So here we go. The reason I like this wedgie block and using this because it allows you to let your knee go past your toe. Now, it's a myth that your knees can't go past your toes. They go past your toes when you stand up from sitting down sometimes, when you go downstairs. So if you train that and make it stronger, it's just gonna be easier to do things in life. Now, this one is important because if you have any pain here, this move might not be for you at this time. Doesn't mean that you can't do it in the future, but if you have pain right away in this movement, then it's not gonna be for you, and I'll give you another option to do. So I'm gonna put my left foot up on here. You can hold something for balance. Ideally, it's better if you don't. And what you're gonna do here is you're going to lift up this other leg, and you're going to try and see if you can bend this knee and let the knee go past the toe and touch the ground. So it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna lift up, I'm gonna let this knee slowly come past the toe, touch, come back up, touch, and come back up. And today, what you're gonna do is you're gonna, day one, week one, you're gonna assess how your knee feels doing this. Can you do it? If you do have pain further along the range of motion, can you do it pain-free by stopping in advance? So maybe just a slight bend so your knee doesn't go past your toe. But what you should feel here is you should feel the muscles around the knee here, especially this inside one here, this VMO working here. And that's gonna start building some strength and health. And so for today's short workout, we're always gonna try and keep these under 5 minutes. you're just going to just do a couple reps. And day one, you might just want to touch here just a little bit. So maybe you do 5 reps and then you switch sides. And then you do the same thing here. You go, knee goes over toe, lightly touch, come back up. Try to keep your knee going straight over the toe. Try not to let it come in. That's not good. That means you have some probably weak hips and other things going on in your kinetic chain here. But try to let the knee go straight over the toe, touch, and come on out. And you're gonna write down the number of reps you can do and how deep you can go. So can you get knee over toe, or are you just touching here? Now, if by chance this exercise immediately hurts, and right when you bend the knee, it hurts, then it's not for you, in which case we start building strength a little slower, and you just might want to do a wall sit today. It's a nice way to kind of start building up some strength without really starting to put too much pressure on the knees or cause any pain. Okay, that being said, that is the day one exercise. So if you want to do 2 sets of easy numbers here, you can. So you could do, say, 2 sets of 5. But if you're stronger and this is easy, maybe you're going to do 20. But the reason, if you're not used to doing these, and this isn't something that's currently in your program, always err on the side of caution and go easy, because you can always train more. Next time we hit this exercise, we will repeat this exercise if you don't do too much today. It's always going to be take it easy. All right. So for day 2 now, we're going to do a squat hold. Now, there are other options if you can't do this squat hold, okay? And you can, once again, use these wedgie blocks, or you can just do them flat on the ground and grab something. So I'm going to show you both those options here. And there's also a third option. And once again, if this doesn't work for you, if there's no way you can do this one, I have an option for you there as well. So I'm going to use these blocks again. Spending time in the bottom of a squat is just good for knee health and knees in general. A lot of people do it in the fitness industry, and we're going to test this out today. And you just hold for whatever you feel like is comfortable today, 2 minutes. There's other things we can do from the bottom, but we're going to keep it simple today. So I like to have my heels up on here, but my feet on the ground. Just gives me a little better grip here. And the goal would be today would be have your phone or something nearby if you want to watch some YouTube, is to see if you can, if you need to hold on to something, go ahead. And remember, this is the more advanced exercise. If you don't think you could do this, don't do this one. I'll show you some others. You're going to just sit on in, come on down. My knees are over my toe here. I lowered myself in this squat. And now I can hang out here. And I can just spend some time in this bottom position. I can watch some YouTube. I can try and sit up a little taller here and just hang out and spend some time. Or you can just focus on your breathing. Breathe in and out through the nose. Maybe add a little cadence, say 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. And just going to spend some time in the bottom of the squat. Now, let's say that you do this and it's kind of challenging to get out. You can always put your hands on the ground, come out that way. You can grab something. This is where it's nice if you have something in front of you, you can grab that's a little sturdy, like a couch or something, then you can use this to help you get up, all right? Now, if you are at the bottom though and you have problems, I would just crawl on out or something like that. The other option you can do is no blocks. And then let's say your ankle mobility won't allow you to go all the way down to the bottom, so your heels would lift up. So if you hold on to something, it will allow you to just come on in here and hang out in the bottom. So your heels can stay down here, and we can just get this position, and it'll kind of work on the bottom position of the squat. And you can hold here for same thing, about 1-2 minutes, whatever feels good. And once again, you can come out if you need to put your hands on the ground and just get out another way, you can. Now, the more entry-level position here would be a walk into squat. And how this one's going to work is you're just going to sit on the ground. Hands go to the side of you here. And then you're going to lift your butt off the ground if you can. And then you're going to, if not, you're just going to just slowly kind of, you should be able to do this hopefully, but lift your butt off the ground and then slowly walk into the squat. And then if once again, if you can't sit in a full squat at the bottom here, you're going to let your heels come up. And then you're going to just slowly walk back into the squat. And you can hang out here, like pushing your chest into your thighs. You can just kind of walk in and out. But the goal is we're introducing our body to this bottom of the squat. Let's say all you can get to is here. You can't get yourself up onto your toes here or sit in the full squat with your heels at the bottom. Then just kind of work in. But remember, the no pain rule always applies here, okay? So that is going to be day 2. We're just going to walk into the squat. Now, day 3 is a soft tissue work day. So we hit 2 days of kind of knee work in the area. And let's say for example, I want to kind of give an overview here. Let's say after day 1, you realize that, hey, that was an interesting challenge for my knees and I can feel the muscles have worked. You might want to just maybe not do the squat hold today. You should be fine, but in general, if you have any pain or anything going on in your knees after one of these days, you might want to just take a day off, all right? So we always want to err on the side of caution. Now, this day though, since it's a foam roll day, if you don't have a foam roll, I'll give you something else to do here today. But the foam roll is really nice because this is going to work on soft tissue health. Now, the interesting thing with a foam roll here is that you might have pain, and when you have pain when you foam roll out your tissues, that's a sign that your tissues are unhealthy. So how this one's going to work here, and I'll give you an option if you don't have a foam roll, is we're going to hit 2 things here. We're going to hit the quads, the top of the thighs, and the shin. Now the shin's going to be a little bit more advanced. I'll turn this side and show you that. But with the quads here, you're simply going to come on down to your elbows, get onto your quads here, and then let yourself roll on forward, roll back. You can kind of shift your weight side to side here. So now I'm on the inside of my left leg, and I kind of rotated my hips a little bit and more the outside of the right. And then I come on down. And what you're looking for here is any tissue that doesn't feel so great under compression here. And if you find something, you can go really slow through it. You can inhale and then really slowly exhale and try to get your body to relax. If you can breathe in a position, you can own a position. If you're on here and you're in so much pain that you're holding your breath, that's not good. You need to be able to breathe in a position to own the position. So you want to just relax on in, let this open up, and just kind of open up here. Now, like I said, you can make some rotation, small rotation with your hip. You can even, if you want, if it's feeling okay, you can cross one leg over the other. That's going to make it a lot more intense. And then from here, so you're going to spend some time here, 1 to 2 minutes, whatever feels good here. If you're exhaling here and you're breathing and you feel like you're making change, that's what we want to do. So you want to exhale, make change, and see if as you go through here that the tissues loosen up. Now for the tibialis here, this one here is a little bit more challenging because you have to be up in a position on your hands. But this tissue here, this front of the shin here, can hold a lot of pressure. I've had people smash this out and their knees feel better. So here we go. You're going to pop on up. You're going to bring one leg up like this. And we're looking for this outside of the shin here and not directly on the bone here or on the inside. So we're going to go outside here. So I'm going to turn my foot in here. And then I'm just going to kind of roll this through here and try to put some weight through here. And I can feel this tissue is just maybe a little not happy today. So you notice I'm in this kind of weird plank position, so it will require a little strength here. But you're just going to smash that out and then do the same thing on the other side. And then you can slow down here. You can try to see if you can exhale, breathe, and just work on opening this up as well. Now, the reason why we don't go into the hamstrings is because the hamstrings tend to need a little bit something deeper to get in there. You can try the hamstrings if you want. And then you can also go to the calves. Calves can definitely be part of this picture as well. And for these, it's just simply popping up here. I like to point my toes away. It seems to relax the muscle a little bit more. And then go down towards the end of your shoes there. And then roll on up. And then you can lift your butt. You can change position. You can put one leg on top here. But you're going to get some nice foam rolling in here. And this is kind of like our day 3 little recovery day. But remember, the same rule I talked about in between day 1 and 2 here still applies. And it's always that no pain rule. So if you're after day 1, you're sore, remember, you're just going to take it easy. I don't know who you are. I don't know your health. I didn't run a movement screen on you. So you always want to err on the side of caution here. Okay, let's go to day 4. Day 4, we're going to do an elevated deep split squat. All right, we are good. So how this one works is we're going to have 2 options here. You can do it elevated, or if you have healthier, stronger knees, you're going to do it on the ground. Now you don't need a block here. However, it does make it easier, a wedgie block here. And this could be a couch. It could be a really sturdy, stable chair. You don't want anything tipping over here. But the goal here is that we're going to get some knee health and a little hip mobility here. And I'll show you how this works. So you're going to put your foot up onto something. It's nice if you have something to grab onto for balance. And then you're gonna bring this back leg back a little bit, because what we're shooting for is a stretch here, but we want our knee to go over our toe here. So here it comes. I'm gonna drive in. I'm gonna let my knee slowly drive over my toe here. If I drew a straight line down, it'd be past the toe. And I wanna feel a stretch in this back leg. Now, on this one here, I'm gonna show it without the block as well, because this block can be a little unsturdy on here, just because it's a smaller bench. So I'm gonna take it off. And you can let your heel lift here and it'll accomplish the same thing, but the pain rule always applies here. Now be sure this back foot doesn't turn out. So you're gonna come forward here. And what you're gonna do here is you're going to drive on in. And see, look, my heel might lift a little bit, my knee's way past my toe, I got a stretch in this back leg, it feels nice, and I'm gonna drive on out. And then I'm gonna repeat here. I'm gonna drive in, and then drive on out. Now, I would like you to get to a tempo here, but it's also gonna depend on the health of your knees. And by a tempo, I mean about 5 seconds per rep. So you're gonna start from this top here, you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, hold for 1 second here, and then drive on up. So about 4 seconds per rep, give or take. I'm sorry, about 5 seconds per rep. So it's gonna drive in, you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, hold, and then drive on up. All right? And then you're gonna write down the number of reps you did each leg here. If you wanna do a second set, as long as it feels comfortable, you can. But here's how you make this one more challenging. Just like with the first exercise, here you're gonna lower the elevation. So in this one here, same concept. I like to definitely have a wedgie block here. It just makes this one a little more easy to let the knee go over the toe and be stable. So I'm gonna pop back, have something to hold on to if you need to. I'm gonna try to get a stretch in this leg, knee over toe, and come on out. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is make sure that back foot points straight. Don't let it turn out, because then it'll take away the stretch from this hip flexor here. And the front of the thigh here will go more to the adductor. And then secondly, knee goes straight over the toe. And then if your foot back here is so close that you don't feel a stretch, then you're missing one part of the stretch. Meaning we want to have a stretch and strength at the same time. If it's too far back and I can't get my knee over my toe, then you need to bring it in. So there's a couple things. You want the stretch for flexibility and mobility here, and you want the knee over toe for the knee health, for strength. And you'll write down your reps number here, okay? Do both legs. Now, moving on. There's my timer. All right, we're at day 5. Okay, today we're gonna work on our calves. And we're gonna do a little warm up here. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a horse stance. So we're gonna let our feet kind of point out, and then we're just gonna stay tall, and we're gonna come in and we're gonna get a little blood flow in our knees here. Now the calves we're gonna do today, and you would just hold this for whatever feels good for you. Think of driving the knees out, staying nice and tall, sit low, and just kind of get in a little bit of blood flow here. 20, 30, 60 seconds, whatever feels good for you. Now, with the knee over toe calf raises, we're gonna be working the muscles around the knees. Same rules always apply. I go over this because it is very important. If you have pain, this move might not be for you. And if it's not for you, once again, I'll have another option. Now, what you're gonna do here is you're going to step back. You're going to put your hands on something like a wall. You're gonna bend your knees so that your knees are over your toes and your heels are lifted. Now, my knees, hips, and shoulders are in a straight line. Some common mistakes I see here is butt goes back, knees stay bent, but butt goes back. You wanna be in a straight line. And then the other thing I see is people just straighten up and they're doing a straight calf raise. And that's fine, but with the knees over the toe, that's when you're gonna get the benefit of the muscles around the knees firing. So, coming back in here, knees over toes. Nice line. And then here we go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sink down to the ground. So I got a little stretch at the bottom of my calves here. And then I'm gonna do a calf raise. Now, my knees do start to straighten, but they don't go all the way straight. The knees stay over the toe. So you come down, calf raise, and calf raise. Now, you can do this for time or reps. Either one is fine, but I would mark down what you do here. Try to keep that knee, if you look down, your body should be in a straight line, knees are over toes, and the muscles around the knees are gonna be firing. Now, once again, going back to that pain rule, let's say you do 5 reps and your knees are like, okay, that was kind of a good amount for today. Just straighten your legs and do some regular calves. Regular calves are still great for health. And then if you feel like it, let's say you set a timer for 90 seconds, and you can come back in and do some more bent knee calves, knee over toe. Now, With the calf raises, your calves can get sore from doing these if you're not used to them. So once again, first day, maybe you write down the number of reps, time you did, but don't go too crazy here. This is gonna be good for Achilles tendon health, good blood for the calves, and also good for knee health. All right, moving on. Okay, for day 6, we're gonna do some balance training. Now, everything is tied together in the kinetic chain. So if you're strong in the bottom, you're strong through the kinetic chain. So that's why we work on a little bit of everything to improve knee health. And balance training is the same thing. Now this one here, you can set a timer for 45 to 60 seconds are good times here. And then easily get your stopwatch out and do this. The goal we're shooting for here is that you find a level that's challenging for you. So we're gonna do an inverted hamstring. So you're gonna have a slight bend in the bottom leg you're working on. And if balance is really challenging for you, you're literally gonna start here and just work on this. If you need to hold on to something, go ahead. But we're gonna do movement in this balance training. And it's much better when you're actually trying to focus on the strength of your balance, to focus on a level where you're actually balancing than just holding on to something and doing movement, because then you're not balancing at all, you're holding on, all right? And I've seen people make that mistake. So if the position I'm gonna show you here is too hard for you, don't hold on to something and do that movement, because then it doesn't become a balance movement, all right? So here we go. You're gonna pick up. This would be level 1. Now level 2, we start hinging over, and we're invert this hamstring into the air, and you come on up, and you would hold here. Now, you can also try to straighten this leg. If you wanna make it harder, you can bring your arms overhead, but this is the general position here. If you wanna if you think this is gonna be really easy, and this makes it a lot harder, so be careful, you can close your eyes. It takes away a sense of balance, and it's much more challenging. So on this one, once again, you're working at the level that you feel comfortable. And if it's easy, you can go to more like a warrior 3 and then even close your eyes. And that makes it a lot harder. But if you're strong in the bottom, you're strong through the kinetic chain. And one other thing too with this one, if you don't have any active foot condition going on, like plantar fasciitis or something like that, you should do your balance training barefoot, because you're gonna be able to grip the ground and make those muscles in the feet work better, all right? So let's get to the last day. Now the last day here, always looking for these timers and these notepads here, is gonna be the couch stretch. Now, if there's ever a day, and I think I talked about this, I might not have talked about this, but if you don't have a foam roll, you can do this couch stretch. Now, the couch stretch here is, I'm gonna give you a tutorial of it, but if you want the full tutorial of how it works, I'm gonna put a link below, because it's a little longer. This video is already getting pretty long. And so let me show you the basic one here. And this is gonna be 1 to 2 minutes per leg. And this will be the end of week 1. Now week 2, I'll put another video out. I might do a little shorter talking in that one if we go over some of these exercises. So this will be the week 1 video. It'll be a long one, but let's wrap this one up. Day 7 is gonna be the couch stretch. Now, if you've never done this before, definitely watch the tutorial video I have up. But you're basically gonna have variations where you come down, you need a knee pad here, pillow works fine, couple pillows, and you're going to put one leg up on the wall or close to the wall as you can with the couch stretch and not the couch test that I do in my assessment. You do want something in front of you to help hold you up and get you nice and tall. So I'm gonna put my foot all the way back against this wall, come into a lunge. You're gonna grab this prop here, help sit up tall and get this nice stretch. Think of pushing yourself back to the wall here. And you hold here for 1 to 2 minutes. Now, you should be in some level of stretch discomfort here, but not pain. So going back to the pain rule always applies. If there's pressure pain in your knee here, you can try more pillows. If you get into the stretch at a point and there's any pain that's not stretch discomfort, then come on out and see if you can get into a position where there's no pain but stretch discomfort. There is a difference. And if you're in the stretch where you don't feel anything, and you're not pushing deep enough in the stretch, then you should try to challenge yourself to get into a point of stretch discomfort, because that's when you make change. And then for this one, you're just gonna breathe nice and slow in and out through the nose to try and make some change in that position, and just keep your body just relaxed, nice slow exhales, tell your body to relax and help make change. So that's it for this long week 1 video. The knees are so different for everybody, so I had to go a little longer here. I hope you like this video. Try this out. Every day is a couple minutes, and we're just touching all different aspects to make the knees healthier. We'll see you guys soon. Take care.